Hey guys, Bink here. Out in the shop now. We already test ran the motor. Ran it with Gary, and so today I spent 2.5 hours cleaning the shop because I gotta have my crap clean and straight and not a mess. But cleaned it up, got everything kind of organized, clean, straight. I took Gary's about like 1/3 of valve covers off, and I got it off this side, let the oil drain, wiped it. I'm putting aluminum Clark's valve covers back on, and make sure I get them the right side up so Clark's ain't upside down. I'm sure they work both ways. But I'm putting the studs in, and I had ordered the socket head ones. Use an Allen wrench, which I thought would be kind of nice. You could tighten them in with that. Yeah, 1/4 by 2s. Actually, like 2.5s would be fine. 2.25, or no, it'd have to be closer to like 2.5s. Yeah, you need like 2.5s for the aluminum ones. These are just not long enough. These would probably work just fine for your steel stock valve covers. And that being long, using these long nuts, 1/4 they're 7/8 long of an inch. So just under an inch long, so you get lots of thread on there. That's the way I'm going with these. So now what I did is, I tried to use the ones I bought, and then they were too short, and so what I did is I had ordered also from Amazon, so I usually order most everything from. I ordered lengths. I think they're like 6-inch lengths, a whole bunch of them in a box, maybe 15, 20 pieces, I don't know. And they were very inexpensive, stainless steel. They don't have no socket ends in or nothing. So what I did is I had taken and put the ones I bought in with the socket ends, screwed them in there, and checked my lengths, how far it came out, and I added, I put the nut next to it and seen how much longer I needed, and gave it just another 1/8 inch for the gasket material. And so I went around and I got all those to length. One was about 1/8 inch short, so I went and recut one 1/8 inch longer, because I kind of want, when my nut is on there, I want it to be fairly close to the end, if it's, pretty close, because I'm just particular, it doesn't matter if it would have been sticking out a little bit or a little shorter, but that's just what I want. So I did lay down underneath it, and there's oil underneath the oil pan here and there. Some spots are dry. It could be because we had it tipped up on the bell housing, and we had the oil cooler off, and some oil dumped out, and there's some oil under that side, under the tin baffle heat shield, a little bit of spots. And I talked to Gary about it, and he said, well, it might be probably from us having it flipped, and some oil got in there. So, but I says the oil pan gasket, I'm kind of almost confident that it's wet leaking, and then he was trying to remember the torques on there and all that, so he told me check it for 12. I'm going to recheck it at 10 and see if anything tightens up at 10 before I even go to 12. And I said, oh, you probably used that yellow snot 3M stuff on there. He goes, I didn't use any adhesives on that at all. So I guess I just go from there. So I'm just taking my time getting these on there right. I will double nut. I put a nut on there, and then a little lock washer. Try to double nut it and get those tightened in there, them studs, after I put some Permatex thread locker blue. I was told by Jeff to use the blue. Don't use green. I don't know why he said don't use, talked about red, I don't know, but he said use the blue. Green, you'll never get them out. Blue, you get them out. But I don't know, with the heat being in getting hot on there, I don't know if it matters, but he said blue. He's my guy. So I'm going blue with it. So I'll double lock, yeah, I'll get those studs in there, and I have the material to put on here. He said like I don't even have to, because this is so flat. I don't have to. He said he only puts it on there to hold the gasket on. So I actually probably don't even have to put anything on here because it's been machined. He said he only puts it on there to hold the gasket on to get it on, but I don't know if I should even bother putting anything on there, you know, because if it's only to hold it, what do I need it on there for, right? Because you're not going to put it on the motor side. He said don't put nothing on the motor side. He said actually you don't have to put nothing on there, so that's perfectly new valve cover. So maybe I'll just go for nothing and put it on and just tighten it up. Permatex Right Stuff. That is the Right Stuff. This is a 90-minute one, and I've read some other people use this stuff too, and they like it. And it says when you read it, it says put it on real thin, put your gasket on there, stick it on there, put it on, and tighten them up just finger tight, and let it sit for 45 minutes, and then go ahead and finish tightening up to your specs. So I don't think I'm gonna put nothing on, because what do I have to put it on there for? It's a brand new cover. That's machined. You don't put nothing on that side. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go dry with them. Why not? And then I'm going to run this motor again. I'm gonna wipe out all the oil, any little oil, because oil came out of the oil cooler. It got in some spots, and now I think it's just dripping out under there. But I'm gonna wipe everything off nice and clean. Check that oil pan, and run the motor. Run the motor again for 5 minutes or so, and check for drips. Why not do it now? We're just getting it in. Sure. All right, so this is what I'm doing. I got my blue Loctite on there. I got my stud cut the length because I measured it all. I put the valve cover, gasket on, the valves on, got them all right length. So I got my blue Loctite on there. I'm gonna put a 1/4 nut on there. These are stainless steel rod. I just cut them to the length, because some of these are different lengths in here. And I'll take my 1/4 by 7/8 long nut, and tighten it up here and see. Just go like this, and I'm just going to just double knot it, and then I'm going to tighten that bugger into there. I'm going to grab this and tighten it. Alright, that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to push anymore. I'm going to take just this off. Here. And that stud is in there. Hopefully I got it in there good. I do not want to over tighten nothing or wreck anything. I think I got her nice and snug. And I'm just going to take my rag and wipe the little excess Loctite off. And there we go. Do that to this last one. Back here, I'm actually putting the side I cut off in there because I ground her real nice, and it goes in there that way, and then that way, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. He said don't put the opposite in, and the side you cut, leave out. But I know I did a real nice job. I put it on the grinder real fine, and then touched it on a wire wheel, and it was 1/4-20, those long ones, thread on there real nice by hand. So like I said, a couple of these are a little deeper than others. I know Gary had drilled something deeper on some of them and to try to catch threads. And I don't know, I don't use a hand drill. Put it in a machine, put it on a drill press table, clamp it down, and get her so she's not moving around. With a drill, you can just wobble stuff and make it worse. Okay. There. And I'm just gonna tighten it about there. And I'm letting the Loctite do the rest. Make sure I'm holding that nut in the back good and just moving this one. I don't want to loosen it back up again a little bit even. There we go. And, should be great. I'm happy. Get this all off. I'll leave nothing in there. There goes my nut. And give her a little wipe. And I think it's good to put my valve covers on now. All right, I got them all in there. I'm going to, now these are supposed to be the best gaskets for the aluminum valve, fin valve covers, according to Clark's. Do I need to have that on there so it holds it up? No, because I don't think so. And I'm gonna put this. I said they only put it on there to hold it on, but you know, let's double check. Okay, it's just everything clean, nothing in it. Just double checking. I don't know. Shouldn't be stiff. I can't shoot it. I'll get something on a little farther than the other one. I can't see. They've been on and off. I think. I don't know. Come on. There we go. What is holding here? There. There we go. All right. Now see my nut. Those things should be just about. No, I don't know. I'm not running no. Will they loosen up on their own? I don't know. No idea. I said they should be fine. So I'll tighten them up because some of these nuts have the serrated backs on them to hold them grip. Do I put lock washers in there? Do I not? Let me maybe give Bill a call. From what they said on the groups, you don't have to. The racing guys, they said they wire them. Bill's got his on his van out there. He's got none on his. I'll double check with Bill. He knows it all. Okay, everything I seem to do seems to go to crap for me. I did the valve cover on the other side, got the studs in real nice, tightened it all up, no problem. I come to this side, I go and I put the other gasket on, and these are the ones from Clark's that are the more expensive ones that are for aluminum valve covers, and it's way extra long in between the studs. Now, I was thinking, well, maybe because it was machined, maybe the studs were off just a little bit, so there's a little extra material. So I took it off. Now, it doesn't matter if I flip it either way, up or down, you know, over. It's still just one side's a little bit, even this side's loose and this side's even looser yet. If you see that on there, there's just way too much material on both sides between the studs. And this side's just, the ends are just right on there. So I took it off. I have some rubber ones, rubber valve cover gaskets, and I threw the rubber one on and it worked just fine. So that way I'm figuring, well, maybe it's just it's this head, but it's not. So I went on the other side, I took the other one off. This is the other one, and it fits on this side just perfect. You know, it fits on it just perfect. So one of these things between here and here, the gaskets, there's extra material, it's long. So now I'm gonna go and put just the rubber ones on. This here is just a standard rubbered one for a metal valve cover. So now I'll put them on because they seem to fit pretty good on there. So it's always something, always something. Always some shit with everything I seem to do. So I'll put the other rubber one on that side, tighten it up. I was just putting it on here because I was gonna I put these studs in there, finger tight. I was gonna put the valve cover on here and get my lengths. I need to make them longer to cut the threaded rod and put in there, because these ones with the ends for an Allen are a half inch short about. So anyways, that's how it goes. It's Monday, I guess. It's always some shit. All right, so I'm cutting the last 4 studs. I had just, I had put in the ones, I think they're 2 inchers. Yeah, the 2-inch ones I bought with the socket ends in them, that are about roughly half inch too short, but some of them are a little deeper. So, so I put these in. I buttoned my nut up by it. I'm like, okay, it's about a half a nut longer. I need 2 half of a nut longer. One a 1/4 inch longer, and one a 1/3 of a nut longer. So I cut this one at 1/4 inch longer, 1/4 inch longer than quarter inch longer is almost like a half of a nut, so I don't know. I should have really just put one of these in the vise and screwed it in. All right, got it cut, and now we'll go over to the grinder. I'm gonna grind it flat, grind a little edge on it, and check her with it. Hit her with the wire wheel and check her with this. And I've been putting the cut ends in because they thread right in. So I'm gonna keep, ow, it's hot. I'm gonna keep their side, how they have it, facing out for the nut. All right. I made this one, but I want it to be about an 1/8 inch longer than what I have it, because that's how picky I'm going to be. Nobody else would have gave a care about it, but that's what I want. I know it's only a little rod, but you know, I could probably use. I got some different cutting wheels. They're a little better. That's just the one I'm trying to wear out. All right, I got a little water here. This was my dad's grinder. I remember him, even as a kid, he used to yell at me if I used to mess with it because I would start grinding grooves into it, making stuff. And my dad used to use these for his high-speed cutters for his lathe. He would hand cut them and sharpen them. He taught me how to do that. I don't know. I think I could do it, but. Something like that. I'm just gonna make it like that. I'm gonna go take it on a wire wheel and touch it a little bit. All right. Take it over on a wire wheel. It's the same end. Gonna hit her on there a little bit just in case. And real nice. Throw it down there real nice. All the way through. So just got a nice end down there right now. And I'm gonna put that end facing in. So, ta-da! All right. I didn't double check this one. Going for it. It's Monday. What could go wrong? No Loctite blue on there. And they're in there, and I'm putting the side I cut off in there. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it matters if the. Oh. I said, I want my glue. Nah, it's just too thick to fall out, but I did knock it over. It's a Monday, fun day. Okay. Let's get this stud in there. Tighten this one up. Well, I got a lock washer in between these two. Turn that, tighten that. I mean, I can't get no tighter than that, so that's where I'm leaving it. Let's go. I should go that way. Take that one off. That way. Because it's still tightening then. I'm assuming that's going to be in there good enough. And if it falls out, loosens up, it's all my fault. I'll have to fix it. But I guess the more you do it, the better you'll get. All right. Let's just keep redoing everything 2-3 times here. Okay, and that's what I'm gonna do with the rest of these ones here. They're all ready to go. All right, I wiped all this off. I double checked the gasket was clean. This is just the rubber one. Those stupid expensive ones from Clark's were, one of them was too long in the center here. So the other one I put on, and I just, when I started tightening it up just a little bit, I just made sure that was up. right there, and I made sure that was up there. Like I said, everyone says, oh, you can glue them to your thing, but if those are up, it should be just fine. As long as you have a... Find my valve cover to put on, and put it on with the corkscrew there up. There should be nothing in it. All right, I got my gasket in there now. I got her started. She's just a little snug. There we go. And I said, I'm just gonna make sure my gaskets are flat there, and that's pulled up a little bit on top, and to make sure it looks nice all the way around. And then I'll just start these and just start snug. I'm gonna just double check because I'm not gluing that gasket on there. All right. I'm just barely turning them on. All right. And I just made sure my gasket was up and not sagging down on the bottom. Just nice across. And just like the other one, it had one little spot that was like, I never seen like, but anyways, and I'll just I double check that spot, but the same thing on the other one. Making sure it's all nice, not drooping, because I didn't put no stuff on. Everyone's gonna say you should have put stuff on it, but some people say they don't even put nothing on it. Some people say they put white grease on it. It's fine. Everyone's got their different ways of doing it. And I was told not to even put nothing on it. So, yeah. And I had just put barely a little dot of blue Loctite on the edge, far inside of the threads under these nuts. I asked Gary, he said you don't have to. Talked to Bill, because Bill's been calling me down from Tucson. He said put a little dot in there if you want, if it bothers you. He goes, that won't hurt. He goes, don't put it on the outside because it's gonna run through your whole threads. Just put a little dot. And then I put such a little dot on there, it probably ain't gonna do nothing. So I ain't really too worried about it. It's such a little tiny nothing. All right, so I'll snug all these up. Gary says you'll be able to kind of check, watch it or feel it with your finger, the rubber, once it starts squeezing, that'll be good. So that's what I'm doing. All right, I got the valve covers on. I think I got them tight. I cleaned, there were some oil spots underneath. I wasn't sure if it was from us flipping them and the oil cooler leaking. I do think the oil pan was leaking under there. I went and wiped it all real good. And I went ahead and checked it with a torque wrench, and they were all a little bit loose. It seemed I had to torque them out just a little bit. I only torqued them to 10 pounds. Gary said torque them to 12, but I said, well, I'll try 10 first. So I think that might have been a little loose, what they were at, whatever they were at. Yeah, I think I got it right, nice and dry. So I'm here by myself. I'm gonna hook the coil up and the water fuel pump up. I checked the oil, added a little more oil because we lost a little bit of oil from the half or third size valve covers there. So I had to put like a, I don't know, half a quart in maybe. And so I'm doing this by myself. It's all new to me, but it's kind of good because then I'm learning. Hanging on there, but not very good. Come on. Okay. grab a key. I think I'm good. Rip a wire off of that, or yeah, that. Probably have something wrong. Maybe. Ah, maybe not. All right. Pump a little more. All right, we're getting the hang of her. Yeah, grab her here, not over there. I'm doing it all by myself. I'm learning. I need to start checking if the key. To run for like 5 minutes, and then I'm going to shut her down and just check. Dark over here, hey? Alright. Cool beans. Thanks, Coolbear Addiction. Maybe we'll get her to Palm Springs. Hopefully. Maybe not. We'll see. So, all right, I got her fired up and running. I let her run for a little while. I called Gary to tell him that everything seems to be dry underneath because I wiped everything off. It's probably majority of it was the oil cooler. When it tipped, it just got under stuff. I definitely know that the oil pan was a little bit loose. Maybe it was leaking, maybe it wasn't, you know. I mean, anyways, I got that torqued to 10. Gary said go ahead and leave it at 10 because originally it said 12. I called Bill in Tucson. He said maybe 13, but we'll leave it right where it is. And he asked if it started up right away. I says, well, I had to give it a little gas, but I did, turn it over for a little bit. He said, yeah. He goes, I usually give it 2 shots of gas first. So, and then right towards the end, before I pulled the wire off the coil here, the power positive to the coil, I could hear it kind of like chug a little bit, chug a little bit, and I'm like, I wonder if it's running out of gas. I'm like, it's been long enough anyways. So I pulled it off. I checked the gas tank, and it's just pretty much dry. I didn't have that much in there. So tomorrow I will check this thing underneath to see if there is anything. And ran it for 5 minutes or so. Pretty much just idled. So I'll let this cool off. Go up to the house, wash up, feed the dogs, eat, come back, and I get to work on our Blue Boy again. Maybe I'll paint that shock area so I can get that in, and then I gotta start pulling the C member down and changing all the mounts. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Couvert Addiction.